Hello and welcome to this Prepare for IELTS speaking video. And in this part 2 video, I will describe someone I would like to work or study with. You should say who this person is, how long you've known this person, what you have done together, and explain why you would like to work or study with this person. And at the end of the video, I will go through a couple of part 3s as well. To be brutally honest, I am not a people person, and I prefer to work alone rather than work with others. I think that there are many who suffer from the same problem as me, in that they are not good at delegating. The reason for this is we always think we can do a better job ourselves, and if you get someone else to do the work for you, it won't be up to scratch. Having said that though, there is one person who I would like to work with, and I have prior experience of working with him, and his name is Harry. I have been friends with him for roughly 15 years, and we worked together for 12 of those years. I am no longer working at the same company as him, however we are still in regular contact, and I think he is the only person that I feel comfortable working with. The main reason why I know I could happily work with him is that we have a similar work ethic. He is 100% reliable, so I know that the work would get done and it would be of a similar standard to mine. In all the years I've known him, we have rarely had a crossed word. There was one occasion when we were working on a project and we were both incredibly stressed out, and we were a bit snappy with each other, but the next day it was all forgotten and everything was back to normal. One of the foremost things I like about him is that he has a wicked sense of humour and is incredibly witty, so we always have a laugh and work doesn't seem like work with him. We are both diligent and driven, but at the same time we both try to see the funny side of things and are always ready for a laugh. So that's why I've chosen him as the person I'd most like to work with. So let's take a look at some of the language in this model answer. So I've used to be perfectly honest on a lot of these videos. This one, to be brutally honest, is when you're being honest and not particularly in a positive way. So I'm saying something that I think is quite negative about myself, that I'm not good at working with or being with other people. So I can use to be brutally honest. A people person, this is a person who likes other people and likes spending time with other people, but I'm saying I'm not a people person. I'm quite a private person and I like being by myself. So you could use it for other topics to describe somebody who does like spending time with other people and is good with other people. A people person. Remember, with the verb to suffer, we suffer from something. And I'm not good at delegating. To delegate is a verb which means to give work to other people. So if you're a manager, you need to be good at delegating because you give lots of tasks, lots of jobs to your team. But I'm not very good at this, and I go on to explain the reason for this is that I think I can do a better job myself, and if somebody else does the work, it won't be up to scratch. This is an idiomatic expression and it means it won't be up to the standard or the quality that I would do. It won't be up to scratch. Basically, won't be good enough. Having said that though, very useful in IELTS speaking to when you've said one thing but then you're going to say something slightly different. So I'm now going to talk about somebody that I could work with. And I have prior experience, previous experience. This means I've worked with him before. For about 15 years, we've been friends. I am no longer working at the same company as him, so I don't work there anymore. We are still in regular contact. That means we speak to each other or see each other a lot. And I feel comfortable working with him. If you feel comfortable with working with somebody, you feel at ease, you don't have a problem with working with them. Now this is a useful phrase here, your work ethic, and this means your attitude to work, how you feel about work. And if somebody has a similar work ethic to you, it means they view it in the same way as you. So maybe they're hardworking like you are, they're very good at meeting deadlines like you are, so you have a similar work ethic. He is 100% reliable. Instead of saying he's very reliable, he is 100% reliable, meaning I can rely on him, he will get the job done, and it's not going to be late. He's not going to be saying, oh, sorry, I haven't had time to do it. The work would get done, and it would be of a similar standard. We talk about having a standard in our work, a similar level to mine. This is an idiomatic expression here, to have a crossed word, and we usually use it in the negative. We've rarely had, or we have never had a crossed word, and it means we've never argued. And we were working on a project, so good use of past continuous here, and we were stressed out. You could just say stressed, stressed out, and we were a bit snappy with each other. The adjective snappy means you get annoyed and start speaking in an angry way. So, for example, when I am tired, I get a bit snappy. There are people who, when they are hungry, they get a bit snappy. So, quite a useful informal adjective. One of the foremost things, one of the main things, you could use this in IELTS writing as well, one of the main things, one of the foremost things. A wicked sense of humour. This means a very good sense of humour. He is incredibly witty. Witty is somebody who is funny, but in a very intelligent way. We always have a laugh. To have a laugh means you are regularly laughing with the other person. You both have a similar sense of humour and you're both ready to have a laugh. We're both diligent. Diligent means hard-working, and driven means motivated, focused, determined. And we both try to see the funny side of things. If you try to see the funny side of things, you're always looking for humour in a situation. Even if it's a bad situation, you try to see the funny side of things. And we're always ready for a laugh. So we're always looking for the humour in things. So some very useful language in here, some quite complex idiomatic language, some good language for describing people, such as people person, to be snappy, to have a good work ethic, to be witty, to be driven, diligent. You need lots of language like this in case you get a topic connected with people in the IELTS exam, because you can't just say he's nice, he's interesting, he's fun. You need lots of complex language. So make sure you have a word bank of language to describe people. And remember, you don't actually have to be talking the truth about the person, just get in as much language as you can. It's about language, it's not about truth. Let's take a look at some part 3 questions now connected with this topic. So if you get this topic, they might ask you, which one is more important to you at work? Development in work-related skills or the recognition from your supervisors? So what they're asking you here is, do you want more skills to acquire new skills? Or do you want recognition from your supervisors? This means your managers telling you how great you are. So do you want praise or do you want personal development? For me, I don't really want to be recognised or someone telling me how fabulous I am every day. I want to learn new things and feel that I am progressing and developing. Therefore, it is the former rather than the latter. So what I'm saying here is I want the skills development. I want to feel that I am progressing. To progress means to develop, to improve. And if they ask you, is it this or this which is important, you can say it's the former rather than the latter, or it is the latter rather than the former, and this can be used in IELTS writing as well. Another question they may ask is, do you think managers can be friends with their subordinates? Subordinates are people who work under the manager. In my personal experience, yes, because the best manager I have ever had is someone I would call a friend. I guess it is hard for the manager to maintain a professional distance at work, but if both parties are professional at work, then undoubtedly it is certainly possible. Now in part 3, you're not meant to bring in lots of personal experience, but I'm finding a lot of the questions now, like the previous one, are more like personal experience ones, but try to be as general as possible. So I have said yes in my personal experience, and the best manager I've ever had is someone I would call a friend, but I've developed it with talking generally that it's hard for the manager to maintain a professional distance, and this means keep a distance and not be too friendly. But if both parties, this means both groups of people, are professional at work, then yes, undoubtedly it is certainly possible. So although I am bringing in a bit of personal experience, try to keep it as general as possible if it is a general part 3 question. Now, in the PDF, there is another question connected to this topic, so take a look at that one as well. Thank you for watching.